my people from Texas, stand up. Now sit down, because y'all ancestors were stupid. And let me tell you why. But for starters, let's start with this. Texas was a part of Mexico. All this stuff was a part of Mexico back in the day. If there's one thing the whole world knew is you could not trust Americans. They were just going to walk into your land and start building houses. Mexico said, hold on, let's get ahead of this. So they invited white settlers to come into Texas. Y'all can come through. As long as you know it's Mexico, it's good. Britain said, y'all don't want to do that. Mexico said, we just finished our war with Spain. We weak right now. You know they just finna walk in. Britain said, I'm just saying, y'all know what happens when you trust Americans. They were still a little salty because of the American Revolution. Mexico said, so you finna help us when they come take over? Britain said, ew, I'm not helping you. Mexico said, that's what I thought. Americans, y'all can come through. Y'all can settle some of Texas. America said, you ain't said nothing but a word. Damn, nice, nice. Mexico said, damn, you brought the whole fam, huh? There's a lot of y'all. Hold on, who that with you? They said, oh no, these are slaves. We gotta bring them. Mexico said, America said, yourself, and we not paying taxes. Mexico said, all right, you can do all that, just don't cause no trouble. American said, all right. A few years go by and Texas starts to look very white. Mexico goes, God, we gotta do something about this. Y'all gotta pay taxes now. White people said, they still kept coming. Mexico said, oh, wait, hold on, watch this. We banned slavery in Mexico, so y'all can't do slavery no more. White people said, hey, yo! Them boys heated up, but here's the thing. Texas wasn't just filled with white people. There was a lot of people called Tejanos there. We'll just call them a subculture of Mexicans. On top of that, there was a whole bunch of other people. They just called everybody who lived there Texans because they had one common goal. They didn't want to rock with America. They didn't want to rock with Mexico. They just wanted to be Texans. But the Tejanos didn't really hate Mexico like that until this guy, the guy who ruined everything for Mexico. He became like a mean dictator, so Mexican states started rebelling, including Texas. White people in Texas said, oh, this is our chance. This guy crushed them violently, and then he decided to be petty. He let them borrow a cannon a long time ago, and he sent a whole army to pick that cannon up. The Texans famously and valiantly raised the flag that said, come and get it. But then they don't tell you the next part of the story. As soon as they saw the Mexican army, they said, God! Here's where y'all ancestors started to get stupid, but very lucky. The general of the Mexican army went over and said, hey, y'all, relax. I ain't here to take over. The Texans said, thank God. The general said, I hate what the president is doing to y'all. I don't rock with it. I'm just gonna leave. They said, can you join us? He said, I'm still Mexican. I can't do that, but y'all just gotta chill out. They said, okay, so we won? He said, I didn't say all that, but I'm gonna go. They said, so we won. We did it! So they get braver and stupider. Enter the Alamo. They start going, anybody want to fall through, they can fall through. Nobody can mess with Texas. The Mexican president, who was basically a dictator, said, bet, I'm going to pull up myself this time with my army. But his army was just a bunch of people that did not want to throw hands and actually hated him. He falls through, though. The Alamo people are like, whoa, that's another big army. Now, I'm sorry to break it to you. The Alamo is not a tale of American bravery. The Mexican president saw a red flag meaning we don't take prisoners. The Mexican president said, y'all don't take prisoners? Texans like, nah, we was just playing. Hey, could we surrender? Mexican president's like, nah. Now, on top of this, remember the Tejanos, who were basically Mexican. They was here too. Texans were all here fighting together. The battle lasted 30 minutes. Mexico washed them violently. Now, after the Mexican president basically all the men, he freed all the women and children and freed all the slaves. In fact, the only reason people know about the story of the Alamo is because of a slave named Joe. He told everybody. But see, there was a secret player involved in all this, and that secret player was the United States. Listen closely. This was basically Texas versus Mexico. United States said they're not getting involved. And they were saying this because Britain from earlier is friends with Mexico. They said, America, watch your step. So cool, it's just Mexico versus Texas. Mexico can handle Texas, no biggie. But the Mexican army noticed that Texas's army looks way bigger than it probably should. Well, that's because America was secretly supplying Texas with troops. So Texas smacks Mexico, holding their president hostage, telling him to sign Texas over to them. He signs it over and they let him go. But Texas is dumb, remember? This is illegal. You can't just hold a president hostage and say, give us all your land. Mexico goes, you know you can't do that, right? You know we still got Texas. Texas goes, we can't? America goes, yeah, you can. Don't worry, Texas. You got it. Texas says, yeah. Mexico goes, hey, that's against the rules. They look at Britain. Britain goes, oh, let them have it, bro. Mexico goes, ain't this about it? Texas goes, so we did it, right? We won. We're now Texas. America goes, nah, stupid. You part of us now, boy. Mexico tells Texas, if you go over to America's side, it's gonna be all-out war. Texas said, We join in America. Mexico breaks out in an all-out war with America. Mexico loses. America goes bet. Everything in orange is America now. Mexico goes, damn, it's really grimy out here. Oh, and for the brief time Texas was its own place, they basically had super slavery. Black people couldn't do anything. Women were basically property. The law basically said y'all cannot act for yourselves. And those Tejanos, remember those Mexicans that had their back locked in? They were basically discriminated against. So it's probably a good thing they were taken over.